Who do you feel like being today? Here are 10 games with the best character creation tools around. A good character customization tool can take a game to the next level, allowing you to step into the meticulously chosen shoes of the protagonist you want to see.
You look good, Shepard. Maybe a little soft around the edges.
Whether you want to create an elven version of yourself, an impossibly attractive warrior, or, this guy, a good character customization tool will let you live out your wildest fantasies, although hopefully they don't involve him. We're going to run you through 10 of the best games for customizing your character, because if you're anything like us, you spent hours customizing and perfecting your setup. So you want some games that allow your creativity to run free too. From games that offer a wide range of races, classes, and roles, to titles that allow you to dig down into the stats, backstories, and facial minutiae to take those beautiful cheekbones to new heights. Before we dive in, however, don't forget to subscribe and hit the notification bell to stay up to date with all our new videos. And to say thanks, here's +2 to your constitution.
Congratulations on being prepared for the future.
Thanks again.
In Dragon's Dogma Dark Arisen, the aesthetic choices you make for your character are far from just that. The height and weight you choose will impact their stats, such as a heavier character being stronger, a taller character being able to jump higher, and shorter characters being able to access areas that larger players cannot. This means not only are you sculpting your character, chiseled cheekbones and all, but you're sculpting your playstyle too. If you want to take on enemies with sheer brute force, then your character will look, well, brutal and forceful, I guess. In terms of classes, the initial character creator allows you to decide whether you want to be a strider, mage, or warrior, but you'll have the chance to create hybrids too. Not only do you get the opportunity to create your character, as the Arisen, you have a dedicated network of followers and you get to have your say in what one of them looks like. Just make sure you're much better looking than them, of course.
Now choose, flee, or step forth. Take hold of what lies beyond. Claim mastery over the eternal ring.
For every game that lets you create a hyper-realistic, perfect version of yourself, there's a game like WWE 2K19, which allows you to create a hyper-realistic, perfect version of what can only be described as half man, half pea.
Weighing in at 640 pounds, Big Bad Green Man.
The scope for ridiculousness in WWE character creators has always been sky high. You can create a realistic wrestler, sure, but the temptation to create something utterly ridiculous is just too strong. The categories of face, body, attire, and pose mean that if you want to, you can create literally anything. Plus, after creating your character and seeing that utter abomination walk out to a crowd of horrified wrestling fans, you'll feel like a proud parent. What we're trying to say is, we love our little P just the way he is, and we're rooting for him. We truly are.
Here is your winner, Big Bad Green Man.
This highly anticipated isometric RPG is still only in early access, but the sheer variety of races, classes, facial features, and hairstyles in Baldur's Gate 3 has already blown us away. I mean, seriously, look at how cool the hairstyles are.
I realize this looks strange, but I assure you, it is a most intimate form of worship.
When creating your adventurer, you'll be asked to choose an origin. Basically, do you want to know how I got these scars? Although currently only the custom option is available. You'll then have a range of backgrounds to pick between, including criminal, entertainer, charlatan, folk hero, and noble. Then you'll have your race: elf, tiefling, drow, human, githyanki, dwarf, half-elf, and halfling. Sub-race, such as either High Elf or Wood Elf for the elves, and for the humans, well, there's only one kind, isn't there? Plus your class, and in some cases, subclass. That's without even mentioning the variety of skin tones, hair colors, and tattoos to choose between. You'll also be tasked with creating a second character, described as the person you dream of, which basically means double the character customization. Win.
Tell me, who do you dream of at night?
BioWare really has a knack for developing games that we will lose entire hours to simply customizing our character. Although the character creation in Origins might look a tad blurrier than you remember, they've been allowing us to create whoever we want from the very start of the franchise. With Dragon Age Inquisition, not only will your human, elf, dwarf, or Kunari be a lot more, shall we say, HD than in previous entries, but your dewy-skinned protagonists can look however you want them to. Your choice of role and race span far beyond whether you have pointy ears or have to ask someone to reach things on the top shelf for you, as the world of Thedas will react to your chosen Inquisitor, and your story will be shaped depending on the choices you make before the game even truly begins.
How much is this going to cost me exactly?
It'll also affect who you can romance too. Everyone's favorite egg-headed know-it-all Solas is the pickiest of the bunch, as he only has eyes for female elves.
You have become important to me. More important than I could have imagined.
Cullen, the one in the game, not me, is only interested in female humans and elves, and Iron Bull, well, Iron Bull will go for anyone, to be honest.
Oh, you guys. You got me.
If we tried making a list about excellent character customization and didn't include a Sims game, we're fairly sure we would quickly find ourselves in a swimming pool with all the ladders taken out. So with that said, say Soul to The Sims 4. Getting to create the exact characters you want has always been one of the biggest draws of the Sims franchise, with newer iterations providing us with even more free reign over who and what we create. With the recent introduction of kits, it seems as though EA are planning to offer even more hair and clothing options in the future. Plus, for those of you who really like to make every game your own, the Sims modding community are a talented bunch, and the custom content and mods available can provide you with endless possibilities. Although we have to admit, it does feel significantly harder to make a ridiculous character in Sims 4 than it did in previous games. Not for lack of trying, of course. The Mass Effect series is defined by the choices you make, and that starts with your Commander Shepard. You could simply choose between a default female or male option, but where's the fun in that? This is the character that you'll be adventuring, fighting, and romancing your way across the galaxy with, so choose that mouth height wisely. Much like Dragon Age, there are plenty of sliders to alter your Shepard's every facial feature, but what makes Mass Effect particularly special is the Shepard you create in the first game will see you through to Mass Effect 3. In return, you get to see them become increasingly higher textured and better lit.
Commander.
You're not supposed to call me that anymore, James.
Not supposed to salute you either.
Or, if you feel you didn't quite get that neck thickness right the first time, you can start with a brand new thick-necked Shepard in Mass Effect 3. Plus, you won't have to wait long to see your Shepard like you've never seen them before, as the Legendary Edition, which includes all 3 games, releases in May.
Profile reconstruction complete.
Next, we'll be taking a trip into the Uncanny Valley, as the characters you can create in the hugely popular MMORPG Black Desert Online are some of the most realistic looking in any game. Okay, they don't have to be realistic, but the option is there. The vast opportunities for customization mean that you can create a character so realistic you wouldn't blink twice if they walked past you on the street. But on the other end of the sliding scale, you can also create something so horrific that you would cross the street if you saw it walking towards you. But that's the beauty of it. The game also offers a wealth of classes to choose between, including, but not limited to, Nova, Guardian, Archer, Mystic, Valkyrie, Berserker, and Ninja. It's a fantasy MMO that gives you every opportunity to curate your experience. If you want to have that experience looking like this guy, hey, that's your choice. You know SoulCalibur 6 means business with its character creation because it even has its own name. The Creator Soul mechanic allows players to choose who they want to play as, from their appearance to their weapons and play style. The decisions you make about your character's armor, build, race, and job will define who they are. For starters, there are 16 different character types and over 30 different jobs. You can also mess with your character's build and body shape. Do you want to be a broad-shouldered tank or spry, svelte ninja?
So, you want to fight?
Take your pick. Sorry, your pick. Everything in SoulCalibur 6 can be adjusted and altered, from the brim of your character's hat to the shade of their buckles. The detail is truly incredible. You'd be forgiven for making your playthrough a pacifist one and simply adjusting the color of every detail on your character instead.
Claim victory and bask in the glory.
Fallout 4 has entered a place on our list not only for the detail it allows you to go into when creating your post-apocalyptic protagonist, but also for how the character customization works. You have the choice of either the husband or wife, but are able to customize both before settling on who you choose to play as.
Hey, my turn, big guy.
Switching between them means they swap places in front of the bathroom mirror. There are also plenty of quips from your partner as you alter everything from nose bridge size to scar type.
Such a cute nose.
The choices you make about your duo's appearance also impacts what your child, Sean, will look like. Bethesda has always given us plenty to play around with their character creation. Of course, in Fallout 4 those choices are always of the human persuasion, but Skyrim also offers the choice to play as an elf, Khajiit, or Argonian. In layman's terms, a big cat or a lizard. They're both worthy of a spot, but given that no one is around to compliment us in Skyrim, Fallout 4 wins this round.
Snoop it out and give me the word.
I might be interested, but let's talk money, Hancock.
Okay. Usual job pays 200, but I like you. So let's push it to 250.
We'll be honest with you here. The character creator in Monster Hunter World is great, and easily the most in-depth in a Monster Hunter game so far. The sliders for skin tone, face shape, and features are broad and allow plenty of room to experiment. But the real reason we added Monster Hunter World to the list? These guys. Like we said, there are a wealth of ways you can create your character in Monster Hunter World, but the real draw is when you then get to move on to customizing your own Palico companion. Your bipedal pan can have a range of ear shapes, fur colors, patterns, and eye shapes. If you want your feline to look like they're constantly suspicious, you can.
To the A-list! And the commission!
Cheers!
So, those are some of our favorite character creators in games. If you fancy improving our stats, then make sure to hit the like button and let us know in the comments what types of characters you like to create. Make sure to subscribe and hit the notification bell so you never miss another video, and we'll see you in the next one.